Hey, what's up, Alpha Gang? It's Mike from AlphaGenPerformance. Today is LSD install day. So I was planning on putting a 3.8 LSD in my car, and then after doing some more research, I decided to actually stick with the 2.0 turbo, of course, LSD. So the one we're putting in today is, of course, out of a 3.727 RSpec. It's a BK2 LSD as well too. So everything should be exactly the same. So when I won't have to worry about changing out axles like you would if you had, say, a BK1 going into a BK2, or vice versa, BK2 going into a BK1. So that will make it a lot easier. So it should just be a straight pumpkin swap is what we're hoping for. But yeah, that'd be great. So I'm pretty pumped to actually get more grip, because I was telling you before, we're having issues at the track, or I was having issues at the track just with traction with launch. Of course, that was when the first day of the year that we went was like 8 to 10 degrees out. So I'll also blame it partially, not just on driver, but also on track conditions being so cold. And as it gets colder, of course, throughout the night, it was just too hard for first and second gear. I was just spinning everywhere, and I couldn't quite nail down the launch. But yeah, still looking for some improvement. So after that, I think I'm gonna probably hit the track again. Maybe I'll do some full send videos, of course, just to test out the LSD, but it should be lots of fun. So I'm looking forward to getting this install done. I'll try to record as much as I can of just putting it together. It won't be quite like a do-it-yourself type of video of like a how-to, but I'll definitely go over some of the parts, like, you know, what bolts to take off, and where to find them, and just how the install goes and stuff like that. So just to get a little bit of an idea of going through the process. But yeah, looking forward to putting it through. We also got these new AlphaGen hats that just came in. Of course, I'm rocking right now. I actually absolutely love them. So they're snapback, flat brim, of course, hat there. So yeah, if you're looking at scoping those out, you can always check out the AlphaGenPerformance.com website, of course. Check out the Instagram. It'll link you right to the website, of course, just through the profile link. But yeah, let's get to that install. Yeah, so just replacing the diff in the Gen. If you're curious what the gearing was for the open diff on the Gen, it's actually, you can see it here, there's 3.727 gearing on the open diff, and then this is the diff that we took out of a buddy's Gen, because he's actually going to be welding my open diff, and it's also the same. So it's also a 3.727 gearing, so nothing changes except now I got the limited slip. Just some of the bolts that we took off, just for anybody that's attempting it as well. This is Brighton underneath doing all the labor, pretty much. I'm just sitting by adding tools. But if you look here, this one's the easier one to get off. So just on the back of the diff, you have to loosen this one up. Right now we're taking the axles off, which is just located here. Of course, there's thread lock on all of them, so it's
beware of the Loctite.
So it's making it interesting.
Actually, we just broke a ratchet.
Oh, I got another one as well too.
All the teeth out.
I'll get that one. And then, of course, just to the drive shaft right there. There's a couple bolts on the other side as well that we'll have to remove. And then right up here, just where the mounts are off the diff, there's one on the other side that also has to be removed, but that'll help us get the diff off. But that's, to make it sound easy, that's pretty much all you have to remove to get it down. In a nutshell, I guess. Did you need another ratchet?
Sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, probably seems the axles are the biggest pain, hey? To get off from what it looks like.
The amount of Loctite that they put on this is pretty outstanding.
And then just to get it to rotate, Brighton's just been asking me to take off the e-brake on and off, and then we just rotate it, and then just apply the e-brake again, and then start wrenching on it. Of course, we're using a breaker bar just to get it off. It's a bit tough to get an impact in there, so unfortunately it's not a great option. It would be a great option, but it just doesn't fit for what we have, or what we're using.
I don't know how you do it with small impact you can fit in there, but there's not enough ugga-duggers to get it off. So when we were undoing it on the bottom, and what I think was happening was that there's more the weight of whatever's pulling down on the inside was tilting, because we had one bolt out, just tilting just enough of the stub and putting pressure on the bolt and pinching it in and locking it in there and not letting it loosen out. So I rotated it to the top where there's less pressure from it trying to pull out and pinch on the bottom, and it just came right out.
Oh, so we're better that time around.
Yeah, so just kind of finding where the pressure is. That didn't happen on the other car, but it happened on this one. So just a little tech tip. Try to undo the bolts at the top. Maybe save you a little bit of hassle.
Perfect. That's good to know.
Yeah, but it's kind of strange for that to happen. But yeah, that's we run into little issues here and there, and that was one of them. So on to the next one. Keep it going.
So this is Caleb's car. The diff is out because obviously it's going in my car now. So you can see here, you got the axles hanging over here, and this one's kind of resting up on the exhaust there. And then if you come over here, there's the drive shaft just kind of sitting right there. So yeah, then we just have to bolt everything back up in reverse order, of course, and put that back in. And the mounts, of course, are just up there. You can see the two without the diff off, and those would go in as well too. So, and then of course over here you put all those screws back in, and that should be it. So, but he'll be welding his diff for drift life, of course, and I'll just be enjoying more grip. So that'll be a nice exchange. Hey, what's up, Alpha Gang? So I'm at home now after just finishing the LSD install in my Gen here. It actually went pretty good. I'd probably say the worst part was getting the axles off. I mean, Brighton was doing most of the work there, but the ratchets were having a hard time. And of course we couldn't fit an impact under there, so basically I had to do it all by hand. But other than that, just even the drive home, I thought it was pretty decent. I didn't want to open it up too much because I just wanted the bolts and everything just to kind of settle in, and then I can always like maybe retorque it in another maybe a few kilometers or a few 100 kilometers or whatever, just in case there's some movement. And that's just me being extra safe, so I'm kind of like that with a lot of new installs. I like to double check all my bolts, see if there's been any changes. If any have been backed out a little bit, then at least I can just tighten it back up and make sure they're where they should be. And for some of those who are wondering if you had to remove any of the fluid in the diff, actually it was just a straight swap. So once we removed everything we had to, of course, as you saw before, then we just put in a new diff and reverse the process and put it in. So I ended up getting some new diff fluid just in case, because I wasn't too sure if we need to. So this is what I got. I'll just show you here. So yeah, I ended up picking up some Redline gear oil, some 75 W90 full synthetic, as you can see there. So I picked some of that up just in case I needed some, but other than that, didn't really need to, I guess, in this case, which was nice. But yeah, we'll try it out. I'll probably do another track day maybe in a couple weeks or so when I can, and then see if I can improve on some times, of course, have more traction with the LSD. It's the same gearing as well too, so that didn't change. I can post that up. I do have an old diff from a 3.8 actually down here that I was gonna put in it, but if you can see there, I'll try to rotate the camera there so you can see the gearing. It's a 3.538, and then the gearing in the 2 liter was different. It was like a 757 maybe. So if I would have went with a 3.8 for what I was looking in, the gears, it would have had longer gears, but I would have lost a lot of torque. And right now at the stage I'm at, sure, I'm pushing about 300 wheel horse, but I didn't want to lose and sacrifice any torque and be slower, even though I'd probably have maybe better trap times, possibly the track. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, after doing some research, going with that gear difference, of course, with the 3.8 wasn't optimal for me, so I ended up sticking with the same gear ratio in that diff, except I got a limited slip. So thanks a lot from Caleb and Brighton for, of course, giving me a hand with that, and Dustin, of course, was by for that moral support. But yeah, everything went pretty good. Hey, and with Brighton's build as well too, because he helped me get a lot of experience just from working on cars himself, but he's also got his own drift builds. I'll post a link to his Instagram profile and such as well too if you want to check out his drift build. He's running a Lexus IS 300, so if you want to get more details, give him a follow. He's an awesome guy. Definitely appreciated the help today, so yeah, we'll go from there. But until next time, I guess I'll probably be posting a post-track video, or maybe at the track, just so you can see some changes here and what the car's running after that. But yeah, until next time, guys. All right, take care.